Okay. It's only a 2 minutes chat. Right, gents, as Nigel said, this is just a bit of light entertainment for you after you've had such a traumatic experience. So we're going to give you a chance to get an explanation about the weapons. It's just a brief one. I'm not going to go into too much detail because you don't need to know. We'll give you a quick brief on them, and then you'll actually see this one being fired at the target, and then you can have the chance to go down and fire a couple of rounds, and it's something to tell your children and your grandchildren later on, okay, as all part of this big experience that you've just had. Right, in PVI, our security company, we have a number of weapon systems. Here before you, you just see 3 of them. We've got maybe another 5 or 6 different types of weapons that we use, and they're spread all over Sri Lanka, Djibouti, Oman, you know, and down in Tanzania, and we pick up really what is available at the time. But we normally have a minimum of 2 rifles on a ship whenever we do a transit, okay? The machine guns very rarely come on the ships, purely because it's a big political thing getting them into countries, etc. So you're privileged because you've got all the big guns on this ship, and because of what you've been through, we brought all the big guns down. But generally they stay on the boat. So when we do a trip and we have the boat following, the boat always carries the machine guns. And the Somalians don't like these, okay? They don't like the rifles, but they certainly don't like the machine gun, all right? So what I'll do is I'll start off. This one here is what we call the Dragunov, and it's primarily a sniper rifle. It originates in Russia, okay? So a few of you here from Russia will know this, will have seen it, will have used it maybe when you've been in the army, okay? It's a sniper rifle. It's set for 1,500 meters, okay, nearly a mile you can fire. However, that depends on the person firing the weapon. You know, one person can get on and fire it 1,500 meters. Somebody else can get on and maybe only fire 500-600 meters, okay? It says 1,500 meters. If you plan on around, say, 1,000 meters, you'll hit the target, okay? It normally comes, and we've got it on the boat, it comes with an optical sight, okay? And the optical sight allows you to get the further distances because the sight makes the target bigger, okay? But we don't bring the sight on too many times because it's easier for us to just point and use the iron sight. This is what we call the iron sight, okay? This and this, okay? 1,500 meters. It's a 308 round, okay? And this is a 10-round magazine. And this is semi-automatic. So once you cock the weapon, as long as you keep squeezing the trigger and there's rounds in the magazine, it will fire, okay? Some of the weapons that we bring on ships are bolt action. So they only fire 1 round, but you have to cock it every time with a bolt, okay? Luckily, we don't have any bolts on this one. We've just got the semi-automatics, okay? So 10-round magazine, 308 caliber, and it fires up to about 1,500 meters with the optic sight, maybe 1,000 meters without it. We would use this when the pirates are coming towards us, providing we see them at a good distance. If we can see that they have an intent, they have weapons, they have ladders, etc., and they're coming towards us, and we know they're coming towards us, we would put warning shots, 3 or 4 warning shots across the bow of their boat, their skiff. So hopefully they'd see it and then think, okay, this ship has got security on it, and they go off. Okay, so that's what we try to do with this weapon system. Okay, it gives us the range and it allows us to fire warning shots. Okay, so it's the Dragunov, Russian originated, but you can get these weapons made all over Europe, all over the world. They make their own variants, but this is originally a Russian weapon. Okay. The next one we've got is the AR-10, Alfa Romeo 10. It's an American, okay? You may have seen something like this. The American Army, what they call the old M16, remember in Vietnam? You had seen these variants, they were called an AR-15, then it became an M16. The Americans today now have one called an M4, and then this one is the AR-10. This is slightly different to the ones you see the American troops with, because this is a bigger round, okay? It's 7.62 millimeter, and we like to use this because it has hitting power, okay? When this hits you, you know about it, okay? With a 5.56 millimeter, it can still do damage, but 7.62 has that punching power, okay? And that's why, again, we like to use it. This is a 30 round magazine, 30 rounds held in this. The sight system on here, really we got a night time, which is the big hole at the bottom, at the back, and then daytime is the small hole. Okay, it's an iron sight. It can be fitted. You can see these rails here. You can put all sorts. You can put lasers on it. You can put torches on it. You can put sights on it. Lots and lots of attachments. Okay, but we're using iron sights again because it's nice and quick, straight onto the target, and you don't have to worry about trying to look into an optical sight. Really, with this, you're not looking at a great distance. You know, probably on a good day, 500-600 meters. But really, as an individual, if there's 3 or 4 of you, 500-600 meters, no problem. If there's just you, good accurate shots, 300-400 meters. So again, if we don't have chance, we can use this weapon. If they're closer, we can use this weapon and put warning shots down. Okay, 7.62 millimeter, American origin, can extend the back to fit different sized people. Okay, AR-10. Any questions?
Dave?
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Just released Wilson.
Okay.
He's coming down now. Shall we show him the...
Do that afterwards?
And then give him
okay, if you just want to move across, and we'll see Joe now fire the machine gun, and then I'll give you a quick chat afterwards about the machine gun. Okay, you all see the target now at the back of the small boat?
You can come this side.
Fuck, 1, 2, 3. सब उड़ जाएगा भाई।
That's it.
Nicely done, Joe.
Okay, chaps.
Give him a round of applause. Come on.
Yay! Future security.
Right, chaps, I'll just give you a final spiel on the machine gun. Okay, you've just seen the effect that the machine gun can have on a target. Okay, if needs be, if you've got multiple skiffs, lots of people within the skiffs, they've got lots of firepower coming towards this ship, RPGs, AK-47. You probably would have seen these when you were down in Somalia, okay? 7.62 or 308 millimeter. It comes in a belt of 50, okay, and we normally carry 200 with each gun, so that's 4 belts of 50. The only problem with this is this black thing is what we call the belt. Okay, so the ammunition goes inside the belt. This belt stays together, so what it allows you to do is get more rounds and put them back in the belt. But if you're running short of time and the pirates are coming and you've fired off your belt, it takes time to recharge. All right, so that's why we need as many belts as we can, so we can just off one belt, on with the new belt. 50 rounds in a belt, and it's non-disintegrating link. It's got the bipod legs, okay, so it gives you that steady position, whether you're laid down or whether you're sat down. It gives you that bit more support because the weapon has a lot of kick, as you can see there. Unless you lean well into it, there's a lot of kick, so you use the legs, use the butt in the shoulder, and that stops it moving all over the place. It's got a carrying handle because it's quite heavy. Yeah, you know, it's around 12, 13 kilograms, so it's heavy. It's got a range of 1,500 meters, okay? This will go 1,500 meters, no problem, all right? It definitely has the range. All these weapons here, the average bullet, yeah, when you fire it, as long as there's nothing between you and where the bullet goes to, a bullet will go approximately 2.8 kilometers before it just runs out of energy and drops, okay? So 1,500 meters with this is quite easy. It's an RPK and it's a machine gun, and it originates again from Russia, okay? A lot of the best weapons are coming out of Russia, and these are, you know, 50, 60 years old, and they're still working today, and they're used by most of the terrorist groups around the world because one, they're cheap, two, they're easy to get hold of, and three, they're reliable, they work, okay? So why not have them? They're the best weapons, they're not expensive, they're easy to get hold of, and they're Russian, okay? Does anybody have any questions on any of the weapons? It's just a brief insight. Hopefully you've got a bit more of an understanding of the weapons that we use, and also what the terrorists use or the pirate uses, okay? Right, if there's no more questions, what we'll do now is with Nige, people can go down onto the bridge wing and you can fire a couple of rounds through the rifles, yeah?
Thanks very much, Dave. Cheers, mate. All right, I'm not sure we'll be able to put everybody through, but we'd like to go down just in pairs onto the bridge wing. Joe will take you through the AR-10 quickly. We'll fire a couple of rounds off if you want. Yeah?
If you want photographs, if you can't get